Raheem Reed, the Rap on Wrestling podcast. Boy, oh boy, was not expecting this morning. I was totally shocked. My man, he will. If you listening to this, he has an extraordinary picture on his background with Paul Heyman belligerently, indignantly,
He looks crazy.
defiantly, triumphantly holding up the arms of Bronson Reed and Bron Breakker standing in the middle. He's holding his arms up. He's holding their arms up as a triumphant trio, not a foursome, because they just had finished dismantling the visionary Seth Rollins. There is division in the vision. It looks like Seth Rollins is out. I'm sure everybody's heard about it, but we're gonna break it down on Monday Night Raw, Monday Morning Raw, I should say. At least in the United States. To cap it off, there was a triple threat match. Jey Uso versus CM Punk versus LA Knight for the number one contendership for the World Heavyweight Championship. And when heard that this match was happening, I was bored because it's like, man, we're getting this every single week. Like, let's deviate. What are we doing? Why every single week? Spiff TV sent me. My bad. So
No good.
when I heard about the triple threat match, I was just like, man, we getting this every week. It's always the Bronze, somebody else, and Jey Uso and LA Knight and CM Punk. Like, let's deviate. Let's get something different. I would have liked to see Rhea Ripley in the main event or something like that. Let's get to something different. But no, we had it, and I ain't gonna lie. The triple threat match was all right. I wasn't mad at it. It had a lot of action. It was fast going. It had a definitive, clear winner. CM Punk hitting Jey Uso with the go to sleep, pinned him 1, 2, 3. After Jey had taken out LA Knight, CM Punk, this guy never gets to celebrate, right? Every time he wins his match or he's rocking with the crowd, here comes somebody to interrupt him. If it's not LA Knight, if it's not Jey Uso, it's the Vision. So here they come to the ring. CM Punk is on point. He's getting himself together because he's been this many times before. He's seen the way this movie plays out, and it usually ends up with him staring up into the lights. And not staring up in the lights like how John Cena was staring up into the lights on Crown Jewel when he gave AJ Styles his sister Abigail and he had the smile on his face. CM Punk is usually staring up into the lights like, damn, I got my ass whipped once again.
Yeah.
And true to form, Paul Heyman brought his guys out, Seth Rollins, Bron Breakker, Bronson Reed, and they whipped his ass once again, beat him down. They actually beat CM Punk down so fast and proficiently. They could have really had their way and gave him 50 million tsunamis. They could have gave him 10,000 million spears, but they took mercy on his soul and they just kicked him out the ring. They just like, yo, we ain't even gonna kill you today.
Yeah.
They took mercy on his soul. I'm like, okay. Little did I know, little did the world know, as they're celebrating, Bron Breakker just backed up a little bit, got himself some distance between him and his crew. And in one of the most shocking turning events, speared Seth Rollins, laying him out, taking the man out. Paul Heyman like all of us was in a state of shock. It was like, yo, what the hell are you doing? What the hell are you doing? Man, it was crazy. It was crazy.
Crazy, crazy,
Bronson Reed
crazy.
had just kind of a blank stare on his face. He had kind of a grimace, but he didn't look surprised. Bronson, it looked like he was in on this. And true to form, Bron Breakker came up to Bronson and he was saying, this is what we talked about. Paul Heyman is still in a state of shock. Like, what the freak is going on? How can y'all do this? What the hell are you doing? And Paul does this better than anybody in the world. Like when he's surprised and dismayed, and he just makes you feel all the emotion, and you genuinely felt like Paul was shocked. He was heartbroken. He was scared because he didn't know what the hell was going on. They give Seth Rollins, I mean Bronson Reed, he gives Seth a tsunami, lays him out, and Paul goes to Seth's side and kind of protects Seth, like, yo, how, why, what's going on? And right there on the spot, they gave Paul the ultimatum, sort of like how Solo gave Paul an ultimatum last year, like, yo, you either rolling with us
Are
or
you
you
against
rolling to the
us?
hospital. Yeah, or you against us, right? Man, Paul Heyman switched sides so fast.
Yeah.
I ain't never seen nobody switch sides so fast since that was the fastest switch sides since Paul Heyman at WrestleMania that just passed.
Oh yeah.
Man, he just was like, hey, and they left poor Seth Rollins in a heap in the ring, and there was some footage that leaked after it was over. I don't know if y'all saw it, but it's definitely on the Rap on Wrestling podcast Instagram page, where CM Punk actually took a steel chair and cleared the ring. He didn't do it to help Seth Rollins, but he kind of cleared the ring just to, for his own safety. Then it kind of looked like he was gonna hit Seth Rollins with the chair, but he was stopped by the officials. That would have been crazy too if he would have hit Seth with the chair. But man, so guys, there you have it. I laid it all out. Seth Rollins. I don't even know if is it even going to be called division anymore. Are they going to come up with a crew in their own vision, so to speak, in their own image, in their own conception? But they turned on the boss. I think we all saw this coming. Maybe at the Royal Rumble, maybe at Elimination Chamber next year, leading up to WrestleMania. Even maybe there was a mishap if they teamed up in War Games, and there might have been a mishap that caused some dissension in the ranks, but we thought it was all good. Seth started to show off. He started raw off, and he came out. He told everybody he was the greatest of all time, not just right now. He gloated. He gloated of how he beat Cody Rhodes with one arm. Obviously, he got injured. Reports say he got injured doing that coast to coast headbutt, and he was on cloud nine. He was so happy because, as we talked about in the last episode, he got the ultimatum that, yo, if you don't win this match against Cody Rhodes, it's a wrap for you. And he did what he had to do. He handled his business. He beat Cody Rhodes with no outside interference. Even though he cheated, he won without any outside interference. And he made sure to tell the crowd, and he made sure to tell the world that he beat Cody Rhodes with one arm, no outside interference. He won the belt from CM Punk by himself. He's been doing so many things on his own with no help. He even said, and this might have been the straw that broke the camel's back, I don't need Bronson Reed. I don't need Bron Breakker. I don't need Paul Heyman.
Boy.
But I chose Bronson Reed. I chose Bron Breakker. I chose Paul Heyman, and they chose me. It didn't sit right. Obviously, it didn't sit right with his crew. Y'all been telling Bron Breakker ever since he aligned himself with Seth Rollins that he is the future. He's gonna headline 50 million WrestleManias, and obviously Bron Breakker was like, "Yo, I got now. Who care? Who I don't care who got next. I got now." To quote Sean Carter. So, hey man, let's get into it, fellas. Nick,
Yeah.
I know you was shocked. I know you was
Yeah.
where was you at work? You saw it on the phone? What happened?
I had just got to work, and I was watching it, and which was pretty nice. I'm gonna say I enjoyed drinking my coffee and watching Raw. I thought I really enjoyed that.
Yeah.
But it was
Yeah.
crazy. Uh, oh, I think long overdue for sure. I think it stemmed from when uh Seth was over here grabbing Braun by the beard and stuff. I think just over time, and I think he got a little too just a little too arrogant, man. I get that he's a visionary and the revolutionary, but I mean, them as a whole is what made them unstoppable. And now you're kind of by yourself. You kind of got isolated like they did the tribal chief. So uh we'll see, man. We'll see what Seth can do. See if he can bounce back.
You gotta eat that humble pie, man. But
Keep-
knowing him, knowing
yeah.
Seth, this is gonna turn him into a whole new asshole. E,
Mhm.
what did you think when you saw that spear? When you seen Seth get laid out in his Burberry right in the middle
For,
of the ring in Australia?
it's crazy for me. A few pods ago, I was saying like, hey, maybe Brock's going to take over and lead the faction, and Seth's going to be out. Little did I know it would be Braun, Mr. Breaker, to do it just by himself. Because I was definitely expecting that Brock Lesnar music to hit and for him to walk out for some reason. But it's a few
Yeah.
things I got from this whole thing. Number one, Paul Heyman's not really loyal. So I think the whole time,
Wait a minute, hold up. Not to cut you off, bro.
yeah,
Paul Heyman has never been loyal to anybody. Maybe
that's what I'm
Brock.
saying.
That's about it, man. And you
He,
saw
he,
how he
he,
turned on Brock, but he's turned on literally everybody.
that's my point. So like when he got with Seth, I personally knew it wasn't gonna last long. The egos is gonna clash.
I think Bron
I
Breakker, he's well, not even I think we know that he comes from that football background, man. So he probably was back there giving them the pep talk. But it was crazy because when Raw started off, you saw how Seth was kind of imitating Bron Breakker in a playful way. Like he wasn't dissing him. He was kind of imitating like how crazy he is and just having fun. And he told the guys, besides getting married and besides the birth of his child, he's never been more proud of his life than to see these guys ascend and take the spot where they've been taking it. And for them to turn on him, man, nasty work. Nasty work. He will keep breaking it down, bro.
Yeah, I just like I saw the turn coming. I think we all did because Braun is a huge star. But the two components that everybody got to watch for. I think the end result of this whole situation is going to be Paul Heyman and Bronson Reed. Bronson Reed, he beat everybody Paul Heyman pretty much managed. Um, he's beaten Roman. He's done a lot. So I think at the end of the day, because Paul has really no loyalty, and Bronson has no loyalty. He's been aligned with about 3 or 4 crews before joining the division. So that to me, that's the interesting thing. The dynamic between Bronson and Braun. And you already know Bronson doesn't have any loyalty because he was feuding with Seth. He put Seth out, and then you clicked up with him. So I think the tribal thief is is the main star of this program right here, and we're gonna see a lot coming forward.
Yeah, I just think that Paul he goes on he's the wave, man. He gets on the wave. He's like, yo, I ain't getting on your remix unless the original song is hot. You know the original song gotta be smoking,
Yeah.
top 5, top 10 at least Billboard, X amount of streams, then I get on your remix, man. I ain't getting on the remix out the gate. Let me see what you got. But you know, I said it before, man, and it's like I didn't like the idea of Bronson and Braun being underlings. When the thing first started, it looked like these guys were just bodyguards. Like they took a lot of their flavor. Like even, Bronson Reed used to wear the colorful singlets and then he get to all black and we used, I'm saying Bron Breakker used to wear the colorful singlets, and he went to all black. Then, Bronson used to have more flavor in his wardrobe and repertoire. We used to see him in the suits and just a little bit more player though, not just plain black and all of that. He had some more flavor to him. And you could tell even when you look at Bronson Reed's Instagram, the guy he's down with hip hop culture. He got a lot of sauce, he got aura to him. And
Mm-hmm.
it was kind of just deafening it. Like it was kind of just taking away being Seth's bodyguard. But then when Seth got that little bit of injury, we got a chance to see more Bronson personality, more Bron Breakker's personality. I really enjoy the dynamic of the two of them together. They have a chemistry, and we saw them. They gave hell to Roman Reigns and Jey Uso at SummerSlam. They weren't victorious, but they gave hell to those guys. We saw them beat the Usos, arguably the greatest tag team of all time. So, it's so interesting that and we was talking about greatest tag teams of all time, and I'm on Rushmore. Usos definitely up there, but they don't have the longevity as the Hardys and the Steiners, but they definitely ascending. They definitely going to that Mount Rushmore. We'll see, but man, it's like when you look at it, right? Think they're gonna be better off without Seth. I really do because they don't need they already got Paul Heyman as guiding them and being the oracle. I think they're gonna be better off without Seth. I think now we get to see Bron Breakker. He already held the world championship in his hand. He's holding it up at the end. Um, Bronson Reed, he could go after Dominic for the Intercontinental belt. And man, how fun are those matches gonna? How much fun are those matches gonna be when Bronson Reed is chasing Dominic Mysterio around the ring and the Judgment Day might even have to turn face. That might be how Dominic makes his full face turn when he's fighting Bronson Reed for the Intercontinental belt.
Yeah.
But I do think there's gonna be a reality. I think it's inevitable where we're gonna see Bron Breakker with the heavyweight championship and Bronson Reed with the Intercontinental belt. So where does this leave Seth, guys? Because Seth, it's like he didn't shit it on everybody. Like, I said this on the gram earlier. Him and Roman forever beef. Him and CM Punk forever, ever, 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 ever beef. Him and LA Knight, beef. The Uso brothers, beef. The only friend that he did have was Cody. And even though they didn't really jump. Well, nah, they tried to jump Cody. They tried to jump Cody. So, you know, he burnt that bridge with Cody too. He hit him with the watch that Cody gave him for at WrestleMania. So
Yeah.
I don't know, man. He's the lone wolf. He's lone wolf from Quaid. Speaking of lone wolf, we got a brother dressed in all black like the homie. The homie. Yo,
Yeah.
Spiff, man. I know Bronson Reed is one of your road dogs, man. Why did you instruct Bronson Reed to turn on Seth Rollins? You gotta give us the exclusive,
This is
on your
news
own
to me. I don't
podcast.
even know what's going on. I told you I haven't tapped in this last week. Fill me in. What's going on?
Listen, man. Seth Rollins is out of the vision. They
They
turned
kicked
on
him
him
out.
today. They
You
kicked
got you
Seth
got
Rollins
jump.
out the vision today, man.
I got a
At
lot
the
of
end
catching.
at the end of Monday Night Raw, they jumped CM Punk, rolled CM Punk out the ring. Seth Rollins told everybody he was the greatest of all time because he beat Cody Rhodes yesterday at Crown Jewel. Saturday, I should say, at Crown Jewel. He said he didn't need Bronson Reed, he didn't need Bron Breakker, but he chose them and they chose him. Later on, he came out to the ring. CM Punk won the triple threat match to be the number one contender to the world championship. Division came out, jumped CM Punk, beat him down. Punk CM Punk out, roll him out the ring. And while the four of them are celebrating Spiff, Bron Breakker hits Seth Rollins with a spear. Then he took goes. Then Bron Breakker goes to Oh, we there we go.
My bad. We could.
Yeah, nah, I think your phone is on lock still. But but then after I know we
Spider
sitting
Man.
sideways. Guys in the day, sitting sideways. Guys in the day.
Shout out Paul Wall.
Yeah, man. So basically, after Bron Breakker after he hit Seth Rollins with the spear, he told Bronson Reed, he was like, "Yo, are you with me?" Bronson Reed said, "Yeah." He gave Seth a tsunami. Paul
Paul
Heyman is
Heyman,
in.
who's he with?
Man, he was in a state of shock. He was asking them, "What the hell are you doing?" He's like, "Yo, what are y'all doing? What's going on?" You know how Paul Heyman, "Oh my God!" Ah." And man, after they beat Seth Rollins up, they said, "Paul Heyman, you either with us or you with him, and we're gonna let you out." And guess what Paul Heyman did? He said, "I'm with y'all."
The
So
Bron
now
Brons.
he with the Bronze, man. He went with the youth. He went with the brutes. And now
That's good. That was a
Seth
good
Rollins out.
curveball that WWE they did. That's crazy curveball. Like we thought we were gonna get a new member. They turned on him, kicked him out. That's that's cool.
Mhm. Yeah.
But
Where
hey,
did what? So where
and
do you think I was asking the guys? So where do you think this leaves Seth now? Because Seth he got beef with everybody. Plus he's still the champion. Everybody wants his belt. I think the only person he don't have beef with is Gunther because Gunther been out, but he got beef with everybody. John Cena, Cody, Roman, Jay Uso, Jimmy Uso, LA Knight, CM Punk, now his boys. It's bad for him.
Mhm.
It's bad. Nick, what do you think Punk should do? I mean, what do you think Seth should do?
I mean, he's got to prove himself now. I mean, he's really got to shake shit up. I mean, like you said, he was already an asshole before, so can already imagine what's gonna turn him up now, as it should. Um, because yeah, he just got in front of everybody. I don't know what he does next. I don't know, man. I would just try to make Braun and Bronson's life as difficult as possible for the next coming weeks and try to figure it out then. Because like you said, he's beefing with everybody, so he's got to be by himself. So that's the hard part.
I never seen
So,
nobody do the 619 with the hammer in the boot. That was pretty legend.
oh, Dom.
That's fucking dope.
Big up to Dominic Mysterio retaining over
I
Penta
take
earlier
pictures of
today.
that, John.
That was dope. Did y'all see how crazy the crowd was going for Dominic? Man, this guy is he's on. He's on.
He's
Spiff, I
over.
was saying that now, the face turn can come since, you know, Bronson Reed, he could go after that Intercontinental Championship, and that's where the full face turn would be from Dominic. Now the
And
Judgment Day might
I
have
think
to turn
Ray's
face.
due back anytime now too.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, they'll have a moment in time where somebody's jumping Ray, and then Dominic will just help his dad out, and they'll have this family reunion. But man, this
Yeah,
is
you know what
fun.
I'm
This is
thinking?
fun.
Yeah, I was saying like if I'm using WWE logic, it's Seth and CM Punk are gonna work together. Um, Heyman turned on both of them. So that's the only logical way I can see them going with this story, that them two working together. And Seth trying to earn the trust back of the locker room and the people around him. Um, and that's going to lead to some kind of involvement at War Games for Seth. That's what I'm interested in. That, and if they're going to add more members to the duo, the Bronze. And it's one person I can think of, Austin Theory. Got to be Theory.
I
Good
mean,
pick.
I can see that. I mean,
He's
they might
you
put
know
it. They,
he was Vince's guy as the future. Um, but I think they still view him that because he's still young. So I think he would fit perfectly, and maybe a female on the rise, maybe somebody from NXT who can fit the mold to join that stable of future stars of WWE. So
I like it. I wish they had a tag team too. I think it would have been a ill, to have Bronson and a tag team. But I ain't gonna lie, man. I,
hey,
I like the two of these guys just together.
hey, what's the
Go
two
ahead.
what's the two dudes that was with Chad Gable doing? That, you know what I mean? I can't remember their name. Was it American Alpha?
Oh, the
No,
Creed brothers. The
the
Creed
Creed
brothers. The
brothers.
Creed
Yeah,
brothers.
yeah, yeah. I
Yeah.
mean that's potential right there. So
I like the
I mean
Creeds. I like the
it's a lot
Creeds.
they can do, man. It's a lot they can do.
Yeah, I kind of like it with the two of them, but I ain't gonna lie. If I see, man, CM Punk and Seth Rollins shaking hands and being buddy buddy after all of this hell they put each other through, I ain't gonna vibe, man. I think that's gonna be corny, and I think it's gonna be corny too if they try to make like Roman and Seth do the Shield again. I think that's whack. Like it gotta be forever beef. Like it gotta be really like some Tom and Jerry. Like not even like when I see you, it's on site. Like they gotta go. It gotta be on site. Like it
Hey,
can't be cool.
they got to be Peter Griffin and the chicken.
Yeah.
Right. They got exactly. And
Right. Even when they're in catering, bro, gotta just turn up.
they gotta go. And the other thing too is I don't even see I'm I'm for the first time I'm in total like I don't know what the hell is gonna happen for War Games, man. Cause nobody on the good side is like even remotely close to being friends. Like you don't have like Cody and John Cena are cool. You might could do Cody, Randy, John Cena, CM Punk, and maybe I guess maybe LA Knight, or but I can't see Roman being in War Games on nobody team. I can't see Seth Rollins being a part of War Games, but he might be out. Like there's reports that he's injured. He even talked about beating Cody with one arm during his promo, so he might be injured. He might be out for a little while, and he might even have to relinquish the belt. We might see war games or Survivor Series. Maybe it's not a war games. Maybe it's like somebody has to go to win the belt. Maybe it's like some type of tournament where Seth has to give up the belt. But I don't want to think the worst. I don't even want to speak that and speak that. I hope Seth is healthy and we seen the man when they said he was injured and going to be out for a long period of time. We see how fast he came back. So Seth got them Wolverine powers. So if he is,
Mhm.
God forbid, he is injured, he come back in an expeditious time. But man, it's
Punk
it's it's
knocked the goals out this guy's mouth.
he knocked the goals out his mouth. How crazy is that?
That's crazy.
Yo, Jay's probably had the worst week of
Be
anybody
the
in
He was the
wrestling.
champion. They gave it to
Yo,
they gave it to Goldberg.
he got the teeth knocked out his mouth. He hit his cousin by mistake. Him and Roman was on the same page. Now Roman said, "I don't want to see you or your brother till Christmas. I don't even want to spend Thanksgiving with y'all. I want to see y'all at Christmas time. That's crazy." So they gotta get it right. Bronson beat Jimmy Uso early in the program. Rhea Ripley beat Kyrie Sane early in the program. Io Sky and Oscar got involved again. So that's a feud. That's a beef that's gonna keep going.
Yo,
And
hey,
Oscar, she got the best of him today. What happened?
yo, when did Oscar turn into a domestic violence abuser? Like I'm confused. Like when did she turn into such what? Yo, grabbing Kyrie up by the hair, putting her like what's going on with that? Like what happened to Oscar? That's
Why
what
is
I
that
need to know.
domestic? Are they going out?
Well, no, like
No,
just
Are they
how
together?
about? I mean, they
no,
friends,
they're
so
family. They're family. They're family.
yeah, they family. Like that's like what you doing, yo? When you like that? It just it came out of nowhere. I'm sorry, it just literally
I don't
came
I
out, and
don't
I don't know.
I've been saying that like I don't like this mild mannered and meek Kyrie Zane. Kyrie is dope.
Oh,
Take the shackles off her, man. Let her just be her. I thought she was great at Crown Jewel when she was aggressive. She was enjoying giving the beat downs. Like I don't like all of this timid and I
yeah.
really don't want to be a bad guy. Nah, let her be bad, man. Let her explore that bad side. Kyrie got a lot of swag to her, and I don't like this unassuming villain. Like, come on, let's do it. Now, let her embrace the wild side. Bailey embracing her wild side. You see, they had to smack some sense into Bailey during the match. Um,
Mm-hmm.
Lyra smacked her when Bailey was being a little too friendly, and Bailey went ham, and they beat the Judgment Day. So I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Raw didn't have too many matches today, but obviously, the big development that everybody's gonna be talking about, the thing that these are one of the moments that I love where it really changes the entire trajectory of the entire company. This is gonna send a tidal wave, a tsunami, no pun intended, through the entire company because this affects everybody now. This affects everybody. And, the people still, they still cheering Seth's song like everywhere you go. Like it's not like he's one of the hated villains. Like these people are singing his song. Even when he did the turn, they were singing his song. It was a justified heel turn, in my opinion, against two people who we really hate. It was actually the ultimate chess move, the chess move of the year to me. Him getting Paul Heyman and them actually getting the money in the bank and winning the belt. So, Seth had it mapped out. Seth had it mapped out perfectly. Um, they were the dominant faction together. I think the guys we talked about it on the last podcast. They would do to win a tag team title, or at least have a title match, which I'm sure they probably wouldn't want a tag team belt. So they would have had all the belts if they would have kept it together. But egos, man, and you got to remember, you got to know who you signed up for. You love Bron Breakker because he's such a wild card. So he's such a,
Mm-hmm.
that's the dog. You see who his pops is. You know what I'm saying? His pops wasn't all there. You see who his uncle what is. His uncle wasn't all there. Still ain't all there. So, them Steiners are some wild boys, man. Those are some untamed, you know, behemoths. So,
Mm-hmm.
you get what you signed up for, and we're gonna see. We're gonna see.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know. Keep it locked. We got a lot going on this week. Um, Man, so much going on this week. We're gonna have some guests, more and breakdowns of what's going on. We're gonna get these in-depth analysis, having fun. But this is interesting. This is one of the things that this is one of the reasons why we love wrestling, because it's just sometimes they hit you with something so out of the blue, where they call just such a crazy audible, and just when you think you got to figure it out, they switch up the playbook. So this is dope. Big up to Bronson Reed, Bron Breakker, Paul Heyman. Seth Rollins, you had it, man. You had it mapped out. I think you might have alienated those guys when you say you didn't need them, when obviously you've been needing them guys every week as your backup. Them guys been helping
Mm-hmm.
you a lot. So, sometimes you get a little too big for your britches, you get a little too gassed. And even if you get gassed, you can't be putting it out in the public like that. So a lot of people are saying Seth got what he reaped what he sowed. The chickens came home to roost. He got what he deserved. So we're gonna see. He gonna have to stand on it. He say he the greatest of all time. He gonna have to stand on it, and he gonna have to stand on it by himself now. So by himself. So we
Should
gonna see, man. Shaheem
should
Reed,
have
Nick eight
should have
sixteen,
named.
Spiff TV. E Will, go ahead. What you gotta say, bro?
I was gonna say they should have named them the Backstabbers. That's literally a whole faction of backstabbers. Nothing that happens with them should be a surprise, man.
Yeah, you gotta keep one eye open, keep your head on the swivel, man. That's E Will. Big up to Ari the Oracle. He'll be back, man. The Rap on Wrestling podcast. Like, share, subscribe. Keep it tuned in. We appreciate y'all. We see you later on this week. Peace.